I wrote a book on happiness, and one of the chapters in this book is this concept called learnability. The concept is very simple. You learn new things. Learn things with no outcome in mind. So I'm learning stand-up comedy, I'm learning Urdu, I'm learning mentalism, I learned disruptive strategy, I became a coach for Marshall Goldsmith stakeholder coaching, and all these things have no particular outcome in mind. It's almost you go back, look at Steve Jobs' talk about stay hungry, stay foolish. He talks about he learned calligraphy as a unit, and that helped him design Macintosh fonts. If he had not done that course, we probably would have not seen the beautiful fonts we see in a Macintosh and Apple computer. So the way I look at it is, the more and more things you learn, the more and more it will make you a better you, a better entrepreneur, a better doctor, whatever you want to be. So the thing is, the way I look at it is, the digital age is no longer about don't be a jack of all, be a master of one. It's being a master of few, but also being a jack of all. Because let's take when I learned mentalism, people, when I guess their password, they don't forget me. Because of that, in a sales job, recall value is very essential. Stand-up comedy makes me a better speaker when I speak at conferences. Every single thing that I learn makes me a better me. So the way I look at it is, side hustle is learn new things and fire bullets in that direction. Today, my daughter has about 300,000 followers on Instagram. She earns about 2-3 lakh rupees a month, and she's also building her own company, and she's all of 18. So the fact of the matter is, her Instagram thing was a side hustle. But the fact of the matter is that we could create content while we are in jobs. I'm doing this course today with you guys. Again, it's a side hustle for me. This is not my primary job. In a way, I'm angel investing in different companies. It's a side hustle for me. I'm learning from different industries, from different entrepreneurs, and hopefully creating some wealth. So the fact of the matter is, today, in the digital age, it's important for you to learn more and more things. If you're a doctor, but if you don't understand accounting and finance, then creating wealth or managing wealth will be difficult for you. If you don't understand digital, it'll end up disrupting your clinic or disrupting your job. And the fact of the matter is, you won't know what hit you. So the fact of the matter is, today, in the digital age, learning new things don't have an outcome in mind. I'm not learning a language so that I speak in that language and I can help in my business. I may learn a language just to improve my ability to understand literature of that language, and you don't know how it's going to help me. Like, I'm learning Urdu, and there is a share that I wrote. That share allowed me to actually hire, or let's say get the right investor on board, because that share sort of made me identify my values, and that basically allowed me to get the right investor on board. So every single new thing that you learn, you don't know how it's going to help you, but side hustle in the digital age is about learning new things, and business models of that learning will come, and I'm sure it'll make you not only more successful, but also help you make money on the side. So I think if you look at side hustles in the previous era, right, what happened was that it was very difficult, unless until you became the top guy in that industry, you could not actually make it a career, you could not make money. So what happened is, let's say you're a poet, but you are the 555th poet in India. Now the thing is, for you to make money being a poet is almost impossible, because you're not in the top 5, you're not in the top 10. But today, you could be a poet who is in the top 1,000, but because you have a great Instagram following, Kevin Kelly, I think, talks about this concept called 1,000 true fans. So what it means is that, suppose I have 1,000 people who understand and love the content that I create. Now what happens is that 1,000 people, will they be willing to pay me $100 a year, about 10,000 rupees per year for my content? If I get those 1,000 true fans, that's all I need, right? $100,000 a year, which is about 70-80 lakh rupees a year, and I can make a career out of it. So all I need is 1,000 fans. Earlier, I had no distribution to these 1,000 people. Now I do. I have the internet, I have technologies like blockchain where I can receive money. So the fact of the matter is, today in the digital age, because distribution has become direct to consumer, because I have the ability to create content and distribute it effectively, because I can charge money from the person and the person can pay me directly, I don't need any middlemen. Because of that, all the side hustles that we do can actually lead to a lot more wealth creation for ourselves, because all we said, we need only 1,000 true fans. Like St. Paris, the guy I talked about, decision making course, His course used to be $500, but a year ago when I did the course, it's a video course that is recorded, pre-recorded. Now he's increased the price of that course to $1,500. He gets almost 2,000 people who are paying him $1,500 for that course. And just imagine, one individual recorded content, he's making millions of dollars a year. In a way, when he started off, he's a consultant for decision making. Now, creating a course on decision making is a side hustle. I'm creating this course for you. Hopefully, millions of people will consume it. It's a side hustle for me. So today, I think in the digital age, because we have this ability to go direct to consumer, side hustles are very, very critical, and they make you a better you. If today you've created a million fan following on Instagram, even when you join a company, you will be evaluated differently in the company, and you will get a significantly higher salary because of side hustle you did in the past, because they're looking for people who can help them build a larger fan following. So the skill set that you build up in these side hustles are going to be critical for companies, because in digital age, you need a generalist who knows a little bit about everything and is a master of few. So digital marketing is my mastery. Table tennis, I'm a national level player, is my mastery. But Urdu is not my mastery, but it's a side hustle. The more and more side hustles you will have, the more and more you will create potentials to create more wealth for yourself. So I think the question out here is, when you do a side hustle, I think you should not look at what the outcome you desire. Because if I started learning Urdu and I had this goal of becoming a poet, publishing a book, selling the books, making money, then I would have never started learning Urdu. Similarly in stand-up comedy, if I had an outcome, then I would have never started it. I think the way to do side hustles is do things that you're passionate about. What do you love doing? Do you enjoy learning? So the journey is what you should enjoy. And then some of those bullets will become cannonballs. Suddenly, let's say, if I do stand-up comedy and some of my stand-up comedy gets 10 million, 50 million views, then suddenly it can become a career option for me. I wrote a book on happiness, and suddenly because of that book becomes a bestseller, and I do a happiness course, and suddenly people start paying me, then it can become, the side hustle can become a business for me. My purpose in life is to make 100 million people happier. If I succeed in that, then the side hustle will lead to money. So the way to do it is do multiple things that you're passionate about. The joy is in the learning. The more and more things you learn, as we talked about, they are bullets that you're firing. Then one of those bullets will hit the target. When it hits the target, then you throw the cannonball, leave your job, go full time into the side hustle. There's a concept called ikigai, right? What are the things that you love doing? What are the things that will pay you? What are the things the world needs? So finding that ikigai is by doing multiple things. The more and more things you do, the more and more chances are that you will find your ikigai, and you will find the side hustle that can become also a profession for you. So the way I look at it is, right, that content creation, I think, is going to be one of the most important skill sets in the digital age. So let's look at digital marketing as an example. Now, I've been doing digital marketing for the last 20 years of my life, and that's my passion and that's my life. So the way I define it is, there are three pillars of digital marketing. There is paid media, there is organic, which is known also as SEO, and there is social media. If you look at content creation, right, content gives you the same paid media at half the price or 1/3 the price. So the fact of the matter is that content gives you paid media at a more effective price. All of organic traffic comes because of content. So when Google's job is to find the most relevant content for a search query. So the thing is that everything that you do on SEO is built on content. All of engagement on social media is again based on content. So if you get your content strategy right, then you get your digital strategy right. As an individual, if you got your content right, then everything that you want to do on digital will automatically happen. You will get more paid, you get more organic, and you'll get more engagement on social. So the thing is that what happens is that when you're firing a bullet, let's say I upload my first 5, 10, 15 videos on stand-up comedy on the internet, and nothing happens to it. Then what happens is that I know that my side hustle doesn't seem to have a future. Only I and my friends feel I'm funny, but the world in general doesn't feel I'm funny. But the fact of the matter is that what if one of the videos blows up? What if I start getting invited to can speak at different places and give my comedy bit? Then what happens is that side hustle can lead to more and more things. And the more and more success it gets, the more and more content you will produce automatically. Let's take an example of my daughter. She started dancing for passion. She does this dance form called tutting, and then suddenly she started getting more and more followers. It went from 25,000 to 50,000 to 150,000, now 300,000. Hopefully it'll be a few millions in the next few years. But she's just following her passion. She's following her passion. She does what she does, and now the world is appreciating what she does, and is also leading to a career, is leading to money, and the side hustle has now become almost like a mini influencer profession. So the thing is, don't worry about the outcome. You start multiple things, and some of the things the world will tell you, social media will tell you, what is it that requires more content, and then you create more content. But starting things that you're passionate about is the most important question. Only do things that you're passionate about, because if you don't have the passion, then people will see through it. And when you try to create content with an outcome in mind, then what happens is the people also see through you, and then they don't appreciate the content as much.